Looking to finally paint up those D&D minis?
Well, Army Painter has a new product for you. This is the Gamemaster starter set. Let's check it out.
So, what is the Gamemaster character starter role-playing paint set, you might be asking? I'm glad you did, because I'm here to tell you it is the perfect intro to getting into hobby while you're also playing role-playing games. Now, you might find some pre-painted minis, and that's cool, but there's nothing quite like making your mini look like your character. I think that's
the next step.
Yeah,
it's
like
evolution.
once you get into it, and let me tell you, playing with minis in person is so different from playing online. It's wild to think that there are some folks out there who might have never tried this, but don't be afraid. Let me tell you, you absolutely want to do this, because assembling your own hero, customizing them, and then making them look the way that you imagine them in your head is one of the most immersive ways to take your character and your game to the next level.
Yeah. So this set is basically 20 paints from Army Painter, who we're big fans of. Army Painter paints are fantastic.
They're great.
If you've never painted models before, they're a great great range of paints to use. A really good pigment. You can water it down. They're acrylic paints, so they're really good. I highly recommend.
You can mix with them. You could not mix with them. There's however good a painter you might be, Army Paints works with you. If you aren't good, they'll make you better.
Yeah, Army Painter's great. There's a bunch of different stuff we've done in the past too, with dipping Army Painter. Anyway, really good system. This comes with 20 of your basic colors that you need. So you get dropper bottles too. And
it comes with 5 different minis that you can real basic assembly stuff. I mean, you can see it's 5 minis on one sprue.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. No, you don't have to make a blood sacrifice for the blood god when trying to assemble these guys.
Yeah, and again, the details on these are pretty good actually. All things considered, them being just single pieces essentially. There's a couple of bits where you're gonna probably glue them in, or they're push fed or something like that, but. You pretty much just need a good set of clippers, maybe an X-Acto knife to cut these out and get them in place. But really good miniatures, very functional. If you are going to play any kind of role-playing game, your typical generic fantasy miniatures, here you go. What's also cool too is this actually comes with a tiefling.
It does. It has a tiefling. It has 2 humans. It has a dwarf and an elf. So you can pretty much get a typical RPG party going all from this one set.
Yeah. If you want to do the dwarf cleric thing, you can do that. The tiefling warlock thing, wood elf ranger.
And you have 20 different paints to pick from to customize your own miniature set.
So what I like about this set too is it comes in the dropper bottles, which for me personally, I find that they help keep your paints fresh longer.
Yeah.
So because they're dropper bottles, you just pop the cap, put the amount of paint you want in there. A little dab will do you. Not on the miniature, but on your palette.
On your palette.
And as it starts to run out, put more, instead of having the cap open the whole time, because sometimes that can cause paints to dry out, and you need to bring your own matte medium and all this other stuff. Or you just have dropper bottles. You also get metallic, which is nice. So you get this gold metallic.
Fancy.
And what's really nice, if you listen, it actually has a little rattler in there to keep the paint from clumping up and
congealing.
Yeah. There's also some washes, which washes are essentially cheating at painting.
Yeah.
If you cheat at games, bad on you.
If you cheat at painting, now you're doing it right.
Now that's the next level.
If you aren't cheating, you ain't painting.
There's a flesh wash, which is great. You put a flesh tone on there, and then you slap some flesh wash on there, and it makes all the details pop better. There's also just your generic, I don't want to say generic, the standard colors you need. Your blacks, your blue, green, all that fun stuff. So there's 20 different paints to choose from. They're all good. Plus, you get a brush. So if you have a 0 brushes painting experience or whatever, the Gamemaster set is a great place to start.
I mean, basically, it has everything you need except for, like you said, clippers. It also, if you don't know what you're doing, because this really is the Gamemaster starter set.
Yeah.
It has a pretty nice how to paint guide. It's not it's not like a tome that you have to read through. It's just a few pages that gives you the basics right away. It'll tell you about base coating. It'll tell you about hitting your highlights.
Yeah. What's cool too is on the sheets too, there are little QR codes. So if you want to watch videos of how to paint them exactly, you're good to go.
Oh, this is cool. It also comes with a quest that you can go on and follow, and it comes with a map as well.
That's a
I
nice
was
touch.
not expecting to find that in like a role playing hobby set, but there you go. This is extremely usable.
Yeah, what's great too is if I can see that sheet.
Yeah.
Army Painter doesn't just make paints. They also have a bunch of terrain stuff. If you want to get really into it, they have a whole epic dungeon range you can get into. And again, paint-wise, they have a bunch of tutorials on their page. This is a nice little army painting guide. It takes you step-by-step in a bit more detail from assembly to painting to all the basics here. And like I said, I'm a big fan of the Army Painter stuff. I use them for my own stuff all the time. So high-quality paints, can't go wrong.
So if you are a dungeon master or know someone who is, and they're looking to start taking baby steps into the hobby field, the Gamemaster character starter role playing paint set is the way to go.
20 paints, you're going to use all the colors, and 5 miniatures that you can use for pretty much any fantasy role playing game out there. So go check it out. So when we said we were big fans of Army Painter, we weren't kidding.
Yeah. We love them.
Yeah, the great stuff. Use the paints literally all the time. But I'm Adam.
I'm JR.
We're from BoLS. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.